I'm against charity. So, uh, talk to me about charity and what you call philanthrocapitalism, please.
As I was doing research for the essay, there were so many different ways to go because people like Bill Gates have their hands in so many different facets of public life, from vaccines globally, and using vaccines as a way to say, well, I have the answer for like infant mortality in the global South, even though the answer is probably clean drinking water. Don't worry about
Mm-hmm.
that. We'll just manufacture vaccines. Education streamlining, like, we're falling behind in global education. I have the answer, but in actuality, the answer is in his mind was just to standardize education so you can have a monopoly on software for education and actually digitize the way we look at education. And that's just a few things. And then I think maybe the most heinous thing that was done was in India with the removal of the $500 and $1,000 rupee notes that literally caused people to commit suicide when they thought money was worthless. And all these things go on under the guise of doing good to do good and I know better.
Mm-hmm.
And everything I named was undemocratic. No one voted on these things. No one had a say so in these things. And we kind of put these people on a bit of a pedestal. Maybe not everyone watching this show, but we have to remember that we are a very small minority, of the population. So most people look at these captains of industry as intelligent and they know better. And one thing I did try to say in the video essay is that we're coming to a point where collectively we know politicians lie and we know corporations lie. But there's something about these people doing good to do good, right? Because when we think of the Gates Foundation, we think that this man is putting his own money. How many times do you see the staggering numbers? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has an endowment of like $44 billion. It's a lot of money. Where
And
does
they
it
can't
go?
get away. It just keeps growing.
It keeps growing, and I don't, because people don't think about Microsoft and they think, oh, well, who the hell uses Internet Explorer anymore? It's like, no, this guy is ingrained in so many different facets of society, and again, very undemocratic. These maneuvers that they do. I mean, I'm sure there's parents on here that had to deal with the ordeal that was Common Core, and even teachers were pushing back on it. They were silenced. When you have that much money, you literally can control the research that's done. And then you control how people read the studies. So
Right.
that to me is frightening. Everyone talks about it, billionaires, millionaires, there's too many of them, tax them. Yeah. Like, I think we get that to a certain degree, but we don't understand what these people then do and how they use things like hustle culture and eco-capitalism with people like the CEO of Whole Foods. Like, I have a nicer way to do things. We're going to be sustainable. We're never going to have a company in here that doesn't have a large footprint, ecological footprint, but you're not really slowing down consumption. You're still playing to capitalist consumption. You're not making the world a better place. You're creating this function of, I can buy something green, and now I'm doing something to make the world a better place. I own a Prius. I only shop at Whole Foods. Oprah has helped me see my inner self. So now I don't have to question the labor relations between myself and my workplace, because it's all inside. Sheryl Sandberg does a lot of the same things with the idea of lean in feminism. And when we think about these these characters, they have a massive platform. And there's not much pushback. I mean, I challenge people to find negative press about Bill Gates. It's not easy.
Well, since the divorce, we found out that he was a lot closer to Jeffrey Epstein. And he was a sexual
I didn't even find any
predator
of
at
that stuff.
Microsoft.
I didn't really even find much of that stuff. I did find, and I didn't put it in the essay because it would have been too long, all of his deposition in 1998 is on the internet and various ways to find it. And it's like 12 parts and it's all kind of scattered. But even going through his deposition, he is the definition of the term hubris.